You know what? When I think about how ill people are everywhere around the world, but especially here where I live, it really troubles me. Because when I sit with it deeply, the answers are not as complicated as we have made them. How to return to balance, to homeostasis, is actually very simple. The truth is simple. What was true yesterday is true today and will still be true tomorrow. If we say we are part of nature, but we have moved so far away from nature, then how can we really be okay? How? People are falling out of balance everywhere. Children, adolescents, young adults, middle aged adults, older adults, everybody. And then, when people do fall out of balance, what happens? The systems that are supposed to support healing often make healing even harder. That is the part that really baffles me. Look, you are already unwell, already depleted, already overwhelmed, already trying to hold yourself together. And then the medical system, the food industry, the insurance system, the work system, all of it often becomes another source of stress. More forms, more waiting, more denials, more phone calls, more obstacles, more pressure. So tell me, how does anyone truly heal like that? How does anyone return to balance when the very structures they must pass through to get help are themselves stressful and dysregulating? It doesn't make sense. Some people are living under enormous pressure already. The hustle culture, overworking, overgiving, not enough rest, poor sleep, too much stress, workloads meant for five people being carried by one or two. And then the inflation, the financial pressure, and trying to secure your future, and trying to help the people you love and others who were once strangers because some of them are in even more difficult conditions. It is a vicious cycle. You push yourself because you have to survive. You overextend because you are trying to stay afloat. You do extra things because without it, maybe there's not enough. And then one day, the body says, enough. The body says, I cannot keep going like this. I need stillness. I need quiet. I need space. I need restoration. But by then, even trying to get that space becomes difficult. And this is where I keep coming back to the same truth. We have to rise above the chaos. We have to turn down the distraction. Because if everything around us is noisy, if everything around us is demanding, if everything around us is telling us to keep looking outward, then how do we ever hear the deeper truth within? How do we hear the body? How do we hear the inner doctor? How do we hear the healer within? Because nobody can really heal us. People can support us. Doctors can help create a space for healing. Practitioners can guide. A clinician can offer care. But the real healing, the return to balance, the restoration, that work is happening within. And if we never become still, if we never become quiet, if we never look inward, then we keep missing the very wisdom trying to lead us back home. Something has to change. Individually, something has to change. Because if we keep doing the same things, living the same way, ignoring the same truths, trusting only what is outside of us, then what will change? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, my sisters and my brothers, children and adults, we have to learn to look after ourselves again. We have to reconnect with the healer within, with innate wisdom, with inner knowing, with the truth that the body is not our enemy. We have to teach our children self agency, self awareness, self trust. We have to teach them that there is wisdom within them, that there is resilience within them, that there is something sacred within them that must not be forgotten. Because when that knowing is planted early and practiced deeply, it does not leave easily. So, yes, rise above the chaos, turn down the distraction, look inward for the truth, the answers, and the direction to follow, and trust what is revealed. If this resonates with you, you can find more reflections and podcast conversations on the Silent Medicine website, which is at silentmedicine.com.